knocking teams out every Sunday. Fire in our eyes, can't stop our drive. Hit so hard, remind you of 85. We the Bears, monsters of the Midway. Knocking teams out every Sunday. Fire in our eyes, can't stop our drive. Hit so hard, remind you of 85.
Take a real Chicago, you can smell it in the air. There's a hungry team called Soldier Field going nuts, jumping out their chair. Teams rather be anywhere but here. We don't care if it's below zero. Let it tougher for the snow, we still gon' break holes. If we win the point fit, we choosing to kick. Cause we got a defense that love to hit. Polarize the link with our smash mouth D's. Slicing up teams like Mike Singletary. Forever repping the seat, making Papa Bear proud. Giving Chicago something to shout about.
We the Bears, monsters of the
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Panda and Grizzly Show. I'm Brian the Grizzly here. I got Baron over here. I got Grant over there. And I got you. So I appreciate you guys coming in, talking about the Bears. This is our favorite team. This is what we do. Beardown. This is what we're all about. Tonight, we're going to go over some of the stuff that's going on in the NFL because, there's, we got free agency stuff happening. We got teams signing $1 billion contracts, $500 million contracts to everybody. I don't understand what's going on.
Paying Shohei tiny money right now.
Hey, this is what you do. I know that the salary cap is going to go up, but I'm not exactly sure what they're doing. I guess there's only two phases or one phase that you really need, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that fraud Aaron Rodgers, and we'll get to our Bears team signing a wide receiver and looking at another one, kicking tires on another one. So we'll talk about all those things. But till then, let's go over what's happened in the NFL. So that team up north that I hate, that I don't even like the color green, signed Mecole Hardman to a 1-year deal.
Yeah, nothing changed.
Who cares? Okay, so next thing. We got Cooper Kupp. As I talked last week, they said Cooper Kupp is going to sign with the Seahawks. Guess what he did? Sign with the Seahawks. It makes sense. We have number one. We have a number two. This is what we're doing. It makes sense. What's up, Martin? Says driving home. Appreciate you, man. I'm glad you stopped in. Go, Martin. Great. Also, so this is like day 48 on the Aaron Rodgers watch, and he's still not on signing with a team. And at this point, Cam Hayward is like, I don't give two F's what he decides to do. If you don't want to be here, don't be here. Take your name out the damn system. You either come on, or get the hell off. You know, I'm done with him. They made a mistake not re-signing Justin Fields. They should have done that now, and now they're paying for that shit. And that, the terrible part is that, that's my team, right?
Yeah,
that's my AFC team. That's my AFC team.
No, mine's the Ravens, but it's cool.
The Ravens are good too, but I don't like that they're doing this, and I think it was stupid. And they now have to pay for all this stuff, man. I don't know what the hell's going on, but Aaron Rodgers is being Aaron Rodgers, and you stuck with that mother. In other news, we got Cincinnati. Dude, Cincinnati's spending all their damn money. They have now signed Jamar Chase. They signed T. Higgins. Joe Burrow's making $55 million. They're trying to sign Trey Hendrickson. Dude, do you realize how much money that's going to go?
That's going to be like 70% of the team, I think. 70%?
On 4 players?
Their parents going to bank on these draft picks being amazing. These guys better be good.
So,
and also they better get their defense together.
We got Alec in the building. He says, "Fly Eagles, fly." Feel you. I feel you. We'll talk about Brandon Graham after this, but I want to talk about the Cincinnati. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins together, their average annual salary
about 25%.
$69 million.
They're 25% of the cap.
Okay. Joe Burrow is another $55 million.
Okay, that's half. That's around half.
To keep Trey Hendrickson, I'm pretty sure you're going to pay him somewhere around $35 million.
That's 165. That's 165.
Does anyone here know how much the salary cap is?
280, around 280.
277.
77? Yeah.
77, 278.
Yeah.
So that means they have $100 million to do with everything else.
To sign everyone else. Now, one person on their left tackles makes $15 million by himself.
Yeah.
So that means they have $100 million. That they have $85 million to transfer everything else.
They have about $85 million to sign 50 NFL players.
No, 53. No, that'll be like 48, but still 50-ish.
Man, that is stuff.
They better hope these draft picks hit.
They're gonna have to.
Better hit. So
also, hey man, I'm sorry about tomorrow. I have a thing planned with my lady. Oh, of course, 100%. I do that anytime my wife needs to be doing something. We're gonna be late, so I'm all for it. Said, no, it's gonna be near 40 million. I don't think I think Hendrickson will give them a hometown discount. I think he's not gonna ask for as much as Max Crosby. Max Crosby is younger. I think that puts him below $36 million. So 35, just to be a hometown discount to hold the team together. I think that can make there, but literally it's $85 million. You're talking about signing 5 people and $85 million for everyone else.
It had to be this had to be not only up top call, but this got to be a Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow got his footprint all over this because
He's like, hey, bring me the people that bring me my dudes. We're gonna try to get this over and over and over again. We're gonna carry this offense. Pretty much focus on defense.
The problem with that is that line is still bad. The offensive line is still bad. Defense is bad. You don't have a solidified running back there. There's a lot of things.
Chase Brown is
he's good.
Chase Brown
he's
is
good, but
they have established running back.
But he's not Joe Mixon good though. To me,
I think Chase Brown could be Joe Mixon good.
He can. I mean, he can.
Prime, yes.
But I just think that there's too many holes on this team to be putting all those million on somebody.
Probably will be better because they got rid of Lou or whoever their previous DC and got like Al Golden from
But you
still need the players. You still need the players. You can have the best defensive coordinator in the world without players. That means nothing. You could put Vic Fangio over there. If he has no good enough players over there, they're not going to be good.
You get what you pay for, and that's something that's consistent. You always get what you pay for, and I worry about that team. I think that what's going to happen today. I saw a meme today. It's going to say this is going to be Cincinnati next year. They're losing 94-97.
Yeah, I seen that. 94-97 against Baltimore, right?
Yep, that's what's gonna be.
Yeah.
Alex says they need to focus on offensive line and defensive in the draft if they want to be a contender for a deep playoff push. Otherwise, best I see is one and done the playoff team. I've never been a Cincinnati fan. I've always thought they're overrated overall. I thought Joe Burrow was overrated. Good, but not on the level of Patrick Mahomes, not on the level of Josh Allen. I never thought he was. He's accurate, but he's not a game changer. He's within that system. And I think the best thing is that he has 2 number 1 receivers. But what happens when you can't pay anybody else? When your defense is going to give 3,000 points every game? How can you win? I don't know.
In that division, it's going to be tough, especially you got Baltimore there. We still don't know what's going on in Pittsburgh with their quarterback situation, but you also have a Browns team that
who won 11 games the year before last.
And has
do you think they have a quarter? Do you think they're going to draft quarterback this year?
Who, the Browns?
Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
No. We'll go over what I think is going to happen in the draft a little bit later, but because I have a sneaking feeling that the Browns. They're going to wait a year. They're going to get rid of their Watson contract before they do it. And Abdul Carter's a better pick overall.
Yeah.
So, I mean, those other news things we talk about. Brandon Graham officially retiring after 15 seasons from the Eagles. They're losing another guy. I mean, this is like the worst kept secret ever. We kind of knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, everybody knew.
He had 76.5 sacks in his career, which is really, really good. It's not the best ever, but it's a very good.
He's an interior lineman. That's pretty good for more interior-based lineman.
I agree. I think that's a good fit overall. I think there's going to be a loss for him, but they already have their guys, so it hurts depth piece, but it doesn't hurt overall. I think
he was pretty much so he was the last one in defensive end. Lane Johnson just got extension. So it's pretty much just Lane Johnson at this point.
Well, he was also the vocal leader on that defense. I mean, let alone the whole team. He was very vocal. He was the guy. That's why they drafted Jalen Carter to be with guys in the locker room like him. The guys that's been there, they won a championship already, and just having that veteran presence that was able to, calm the guys down and able, back it up on the field. So that's going to be a huge loss for them.
Do you think that's a bad thing? I mean, I think this is like what I would do. If I had a chance to go out a champion, I'm going out a champion.
Yeah.
Hey, Peyton Manning did it. Ray Lewis did it. So I mean, I don't see why not Brandon Graham. He did it twice. He won 2 of them though.
Didn't Jerome Bettis?
The bus did it too. So I think, like I said, for him to do that, now is the right time. Let it give it to the young guys. See how they handle the,
And they're ready. They're prepared.
Yeah.
He went out a champion, so that's perfect. He played hard and was a leader of our defense and a Philly legend. He also is a great character guy in general. Now, Lane Johnson's the oldest guy we got, mostly a young team, barely anyone 30 or older. Doesn't matter. You're trying to pretend like the Washington Commanders are not coming right behind you. That's what you're trying to do. No, they're coming. That off the line, you still have Lane Johnson is holding that offensive line together. I think you have very good quality pieces. You lose Lane Johnson, I think that you go. I mean, you might even drop out of the top 10 offensive line. I think he's literally holding it together in the top 10.
Did Mekhi Becton sign with Green Bay?
Mekhi Becton signed with the Chargers.
He signed with the Chargers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You think
so I think
they
have some holes to fill. But they've been doing a great job drafting. So they will find
somebody in the draft. They find for some reason they'll find them in the first, second, all of the rounds. They'll find a gem somewhere.
Yeah, they have a great GM. So I'm not gonna sit here and hate on them. I just don't know if they're going to be able to hold off Washington for 2 more years. I think Washington overtakes them not next year, but the year after.
Yeah.
You use great way too often. Jordan Malate is great too. Not bad for former rugby player. He's not great. Stop using the word great. Good. Possible. All right. In other news, we got Milano who reworked the deal to stay with the Bills, so the Bills don't have to cut him. Took a pay cut, so that's a big thing overall. And
he's taking this because he's not sure he's going to get that extra, going to stay around because injury problems. I think
he is.
He's a good player. He can't stay healthy.
Yeah. He's not great. You have great players on your team. He's not the great one. Stop it.
It's Barkley. It's Barkley.
You have about no. They got about 6 or 7 great players.
They got AJ Brown. That's another one. They have Devontae Smith is another one.
So your Barkley. Takes aren't great. They're stupendous. You're right. Stupendous. No, they do have. I mean, think about it. So what do you say? Lane still there. Barkley is great. AJ's great. Devontae is probably the best number 2 receiver. I don't care if T is size for. I still take the Slim Reaper. You got Carter. That's great.
What's gone? Bonds just had 1 year.
I still say, he's done it enough. I mean, well enough. So I'm gonna say
no. They got rid of Slay. They got rid of
CJ Gardner-Johnson.
But no, Bonds is there. Bonds.
That rookie corner they got he's also trending up. That corner they got.
Which one?
Cooper DeJean is
not DeJean,
but very good.
The first round pick.
Mitchell.
Yes, he's trending up.
Kenyon Mitchell is up there too.
He's trending up.
Blakey Ship and DeJean each take half. So that I really like Nakobe Dean. So that's 9. Nolan Smith could be really good. I mean, we're getting to a point where it's 9 or 10.
Well, did you also hear?
I didn't say the great Jalen Hurts. You know how I feel about him. I told you from the beginning he was going to be MVP.
But they're trying to trade 2 people. Also, 2 Eagles. They put Brian Huff on the trading block, and they also put Zach Goddard on the trading block too.
Yeah, that makes sense. He's
in
older.
He's a tight end.
They always find a good tight end over there. They always find good tight ends over there. Ertz, you had him, Selleck before Ertz. They always got good tight ends.
It's the system. I think it's a really good system. So you have talented tight ends. It works, and that's what we're trying to build here with Ben Johnson. I think we're trying to find good guys that can kind of fit into that system. So kind of bringing this up back to the Bears, I want to kind of go over Mel Kiper's mock draft. Okay, this is Mel Kiper's round 1 predictions for the draft. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
First round, I'm just going to kind of go through this rapid fire. We're not going to talk about it too much, but just let you guys know until it gets to the Bears. 1 overall, we got Tennessee taking Cam Ward. 2, we got Abdul Carter. 3, we got Shador Sanders going to the Giants. 4, we got Travis Hunter going to the Patriots. 5, they got Mason Graham. I was like, damn it. But going to the Jaguars. Ashton Jeanty going 6 to the Raiders. Tyler Warren, that's a really good pick. For the Jets. As I say, he's not going to be there. Jalen Walker going to the Carolina Panthers. Jackson Dart going 9 to the Saints, all the way to top 10. Damn.
From 10, pretty much back end of second round to top 10.
Yep. 10, Michael Williams 11, Armin Mimbu. 12, Amarian Hampton, which might be really good for the Dallas Cowboys. Will Campbell.
13, right?
Yep.
Top 5 to 13. At that point in time, I might throw my hat in the ring to go give me Will Campbell if he's at 10. He's there. I'm probably
there's no way you could pass on that, and there's no way the Bears pass on 2 tackles
or Mimbu
at 10. Or maybe like there's no way if 2 of them fall, there's no way they're passing 10. You
will have to trade back if you like someone else. Colston Loveland, tight end, Michigan, which I think
I like him.
He's a better catcher. Overall tight end. You have a good quarterback. Like he's going to the Colts. At 14, we got Mike Green, 15 for the Falcons. Will Johnson, cornerback at Michigan, 16. Shamar Stewart, the DN, an amazing workout warrior, going to the Cincinnati Bengals. At 17, Eamon Ward, the safety out of South Carolina, the giant 6'3", 220-pound safety going to the Seattle Seahawks. They know what
they don't need it. They don't need it. They need line.
Another Cam Chancellor.
The fact that another Cam Chancellor, but the fact that Kelvin Banks is still not taking is 19. Jihad Campbell is now linebacker at 19. We have McMillan, wide receiver at 20, already 20 now. Derek Harmon, defensive tackle out of Oregon, 21. Matthew Golden, wide receiver Texas, 22, going to the Chargers. We got Mbuka going to Green Bay.
Fuck.
23. Barron going to Texas, going to the Vikings from Texas, the quarterback from Texas at 24. Josh Simmons already all the way down at 25, going to the Houston Texans to be able to repair after Larry Tunsil's been traded away. We got Azare Thomas, quarterback Florida State, 26. Malachi Starks, safety of Georgia, 27. James Pierce Jr., outside linebacker, Detroit Lions, 28. Maxwell Hairston, cornerback is Kentucky, 29. Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle, Michigan, 30. Kelvin Banks Jr., offensive tackle, Texas, 31.
To the Chiefs.
Yeah, to the Chiefs. Walter Nolan, defensive tackle, Ole Miss, 32. Wow, that's crazy.
Falling.
That is.
They got that. They got Harmon in the first round. Man,
I'm telling you. What's up, Lucas? He said the only tackle I've actually watched so far is Mimbu out of Missouri, and I was not impressed at all. He is an impressive athlete, tantalizing measurables, but that's about it. But the problem with if you have these great measurables with Mimbu is that he doesn't have long arms. He's still under.
None of these guys have long arms.
I believe he's at 33. I believe the only ones we got. So I think Banks is a 33 and a half. And Josh Simmons is 33 and a half. Everyone else is under 33, which means they can either be a tackle or a guard, right? So that's kind of where I'm saying we have to kind of rank to see where these tackles actually belong in this draft. So watch, Cowboys will blunder and pick an offensive line guy instead of running back in the round 1.
They would do that. They would do that. They would.
But I don't know if it's a blunder if you're building your line.
Because at this point, they're injured. They're constantly injured. Their line's constantly.
But I think too, like you said, I think the blueprint is now. If you got the quarterback in place, you got to build that offensive line. You have to. I mean, they're showing you these last few years they've been showing you. You have a bad offensive line. Good luck trying to win games in the NFL if you have a bad offensive line. Ask Kansas City in the Super Bowl about that. How the offensive line was getting thrashed.
Well, Tooney was out of position. He's a great guard.
Right.
No, when you have bad tackles,
you need to have a great tackle. And that's why for the Bears, I think we still have to go offensive tackle at 10.
You have to.
But let's rank our tackles right now. Okay. I want you guys to give me your rankings. Understand? I'm gonna give you guys 6 names. You tell me. I'll give you 5 names. You tell me where they rank, okay?
All
right. So first, I'm gonna get Grant. I want you to go first. So the names are Kelvin Banks Jr., Will Campbell, Josh Simmons, Armin Mimbu, and let's go Gary Zabel.
Gary
Which I think
Zabel?
is a guard. I think Zabel's a guard. But whatever.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So
Tell me how
my
you
one,
rank these guys.
I got Kelvin Banks at 1.
Mm-hmm.
I got Will Campbell 2.
Okay.
I got Josh Simmons 3.
Okay.
And I got Membu 4. And I got Zabel 5. But
Zabel 5. Okay.
Creeping up that list is I'm looking at him a lot too. He's from Minnesota. Earante Ursay. I'm looking at him a lot too.
He's
Probably because he's more
a
typical
third rounder.
Yeah, I'm looking at him too. I'm just saying if we were to not draft one in the first round, he's something I'm looking at maybe in the third round probably. Then if we get another tackle, but they're my top 5 right there in that order.
Okay. What about you, B?
Yeah, first will probably be Banks. Next it will probably be Simmons because he actually has left tackle experience.
Mm-hmm.
Third will be Will Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he will be a left tackle because of short arms.
Mm-hmm. I think he'll be a guard.
Membu, he's a right tackle, but maybe he could make it a left tackle, but I don't think so. And then Zabel's pretty much a guard. He's a guard.
I agree.
He's a great guard, but I don't think he's going to be good.
I think we got some really good guards because guards have to be athletic, they have to be fast, they have to be powerful. They're bigger dudes who just don't have the long arms to be able to get the reach. We got Lucas in here saying they need an impact superstar player if available at 10. So I can't get too angry if they go with Genty or Warren. If they drop, I really like Mason Graham or Banks though.
I don't want Genty, and even though Warren's a great player, I don't want Warren either.
Mm-hmm. Because I think that you'd be doubling up on what you already have. The reason I don't want Genty is I think the difference between Genty and Henderson
or Hampton
or Judkins
or Hampton
but is so for between 1 and 5 I really believe they're all the same genre. What's going to matter is being
one that has a different flavor. They're different flavor,
but they're the same. They all could do the same type of things. They all do it, and they will be the same type of running backs behind a good offensive line, which I think we'll end up having. But I think it's more important to get the offensive tackle now and then try to get the running back in the second or third round, because I think all those guys are still that same quality. Though Genty, from what a lot of scouts say, Genty is probably the 4th best all-around player in this draft. But the difference between Genty and Henderson, Genty and Amarian, Genty and Judkins is not high. This is just not. They have game plays is very similar because he was alone in the backfield.
They force-fed him. They force-fed him out there.
But he was great.
Yeah,
but he did great. But Henderson wasn't alone. Henderson had Judkins. They were in the same backfield.
Yeah. Which
actually took less runs from them, less hits. And, I think every running back only has so many runs on them. Amarian is amazing. He might be more talented, faster, but I don't know how he's going to hold up as well.
Because he was doing what he was ran through. Okay, since Michigan got his former OC, I watched some of his tape. With Drake May, he was running the ball pretty much 25 times a game. 25 times a game since he got there. So at this point, I think he has like 4 or 5 years left, and then you start seeing injuries.
But if it's top line years, then who cares? Yeah. So I mean, but I think my point is that not that Genty's not good, it's just that I think all of them are good.
That you can't go wrong with either one of them. That's the thing.
I've said this for weeks now. Judkins is
the guy.
6'2" and 220 pounds, and he runs a 4.40. That's the guy I want.
He impressed at the combine. He really did impress at the combine. Also,
I loved him when he was at Ohio State. When they said they were going to get transferred and it was him, I was like, man, he might outdo Henderson. Yeah. I like him a lot, and I think that he's going to be special.
Yeah.
Anthony says, breaking news: Jalen Milroe had dinner with Mike Tomlin and the GM and the QB coach. You can't go Jalen Milroe until like the end of the second, maybe third round. You can't draft him in the first round. So that's fine,
But I don't understand. You just literally had
Jalen Milroe.
You just had Justin Fields, and you just tell me you're gonna get a prototype, another one, a one that you don't even know about how good he's gonna
Justin
be.
Fields could throw the ball better.
He definitely can.
This is a slap. Okay, what this shows me is this is a slap in the face to Justin Fields, because from what I heard, I read some reading today. I'm sorry to go off topic, but my reading today is that him and Pittsburgh had the same around the contract he got with the Jets. There were some similar numbers with him and Pittsburgh.
No, it wasn't. It was $10 million missing.
$10 million missing?
Yeah.
But they said it was a disconnect.
2 year 30 and the 2 year.
There was a disconnect also too, because they
would not call him the number one QB.
Right.
They would not let him say that he's going to be the starting QB.
I think that really left a bad taste in Justin's mouth. And you saying that, I could play with my guy in New York with Garrett Wilson and Rucker, and they offer me more money, $10 million more. Yeah, I'm going over there. But then this right here,
I would be more upset if I'm Justin Fields that the offense was broken at the end of the season. The last 4 games, the offense was broken. They did not even let him get off the bench.
Yeah, they were using them for packages. They wouldn't even barely use them in the packages anymore.
They weren't doing
that.
So that's why I was going to leave if I was Justin Fields, regardless.
But I question and see how much input Mike Tomlin has on this decision. Is it really a Mike Tomlin decision, or is he?
I think there's a desperation move.
No, everything is Mike Tomlin. There's no doubt.
For me, it's like desperation. It's okay. We messed up that situation. Aaron Rodgers being Aaron Rodgers. We need a quarterback. We might reach heavy.
Jalen Milroe, if you took him in the second round, if you traded back into the first round and grabbed him, that's fine. If you trade back in, but you need talent still, so you need to take your pick first, and then you don't draft him at 22.
No, you don't.
Lucas says Gray Zabel. Hold on.
Thing is, he might work for them because they have 2 deep ball players.
It doesn't. No,
we'll talk
about why this works.
No.
Gray Zabel will be an excellent addition to any team. I agree. I just don't think he's a left tackle. I think he's unbelievable. He could play all 5 positions. Zabel could play center, either guard, either tackle. I don't think he could be a left tackle at dominant left tackle. So he's more of a depth piece at left tackle, but he could be a starting guard today. But you don't need it because you just put Jonah Jackson, and you have Tooney there. You don't need him right now.
What about
you need to put up some competition at left tackle?
What about I got 2 other names for you. Wyatt Millam and Jonah Salvinia from Arizona.
Salvinia has the arms, but he's not a left tackle.
Salvinia is, I don't know. I think he is a left. No, he's 30. He's almost 34. So that's a good thing. He has really good feet.
But he's undersized.
I think he's a second rounder. So if that's the guy that you identify and say that's my guy because he runs a 4.94, 5.40, but he's Braxton Jones. You know, you already have this guy. You need to have a start. You know, if you're trying to get someone to compete with him, you put him on some pedigree. He's the same thing. As far as Wyatt West Virginia, I've always liked him. But he's still undersized for me.
Undersized, and he has
6'6", 6'6", 313.
He has 32 in an 1/8 inch arms. Once again, my arms are 34 and a half.
Yeah, that's not.
To be a dominant left tackle, you have to be able to get these guys' hands off you. Right? So you have good feet, but you have to be able to sit in your seat and still be able to punch and get them off of you.
Right.
I don't think his arms are long enough. I think you see it actually comes out every single time, every year. You see that with left tackles. And that's what's hard to find, a franchise left tackle. And if you get one, a lot of times it's better just to hold on to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's only maybe one in this class, and you probably gonna have short arms. 1 or 2 potentially, and they have short arms.
So Judkins will be fantastic. I think so too. I think Judkins
give me Judkins and Swift, man, and I think we cooking.
Swift, man. If we get Judkins, we could go ahead and cut Swift.
So I'll pick up someone else. So
I will draft two if I would do that. I'll rather
no,
draft.
you're not. You
No.
drafted one running back, but you do understand that the Bears tried to steal Kareem Hunt, right?
Yes, because he signed back with the Chiefs.
We tried to take him. We tried to
Eric,
get
Eric. So what that's telling me is Roshan on the chopping block? Could he
100%.
possibly on the chopping block?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Roshan's 100%.
two guys I'm looking at right now is right. Two guys I'm looking at right now.
Wait. Understand this, guys. The difference is the money. All right, Swift makes about $7.5 to $8 million.
Mm-hmm.
Roshan makes $1 million. Which one are you going to cut? The young guy or the guy who Ben Johnson already cut from the Detroit Lions, who's making $7 million more?
Probably Swift.
Yeah, Swift.
But if you get Swift, to cut Swift, you have to get someone else. So if you got Judkins, it'll take someone like
what's the name? Nick Chubb,
someone like Nick Chubb, who was in the backfield with Swift, but it'll take someone of that ilk in Georgia. They're in the backfield together. So, but it'll take some of that ilk to be able to do that.
So why would we re-sign Travis Homer then? That's
because he's kickoff.
He's a special team guy.
He's a special teams. He does all the special teams.
Okay.
And he can handle the ball. So if you get on the ball and you're in trouble, he can run.
Yeah.
But he's a special teams death piece. So I mean, all that stuff makes sense. And I'm going to put my left tackle ranking for you guys. For me, and this is just for the fit for the Bears. My number one guy as a fit for the Bears, I think I will probably go with Josh Simmons as a better fit.
As a pass blocker, he's more better blocker.
And he's athletic, and he's he has 33 and a half inch arms. He's powerful still too. He has the pedigree. He's been great for years. I've heard about him coming for years. There's not like. He's not a fly by night guy. He's not got I had a great year and now you're gonna put me in this conversation. I would take him number one. And I think you can drop back and grab him.
Him and Paris Johnson was good at Ohio State. They was very
100%.
consistent. Very 100%. Consistent.
That's what you'll be getting out of Josh Simpson to be getting Paris Johnson. My second one would probably end up being Mimbu because of his athletic ability, but I'm not sure that he could put it all together. He would not be stepping in to actually. I'm going to put him third because I don't think he could step in and dominate.
Like challenge, he can't step in and challenge
because he may play most of his days at right tackle also. So it'd be a huge adjustment to play left.
But he has all the talent. But I would probably take Kelvin Banks over him. So I'm going Josh Simmons, Kelvin Banks, I'm going to put Will Campbell then Mimbu. Yeah.
Okay.
So Josh Simmons, Kelvin Banks, Will Campbell, Mimbu. And then Wyatt. But if I'm concerned that any of these guys are not the left tackle, and if I'm going backwards, I think Zabel is going to be a star at guard. I think he's going to be excellent at guard, and he could be an excellent right tackle too.
Yeah.
He can do everything. I mean, and he impressed at the Senior Bowl. I watched the Senior Bowl, and I was impressed too. The dude can play. Doesn't matter if it's North Dakota State or not.
What about the other tackle from Texas? Was it Cameron Williams?
Cameron Williams is giant. He is a giant. He has the arms that we're talking about, but he's a right tackle.
He's a right tackle.
He does not have the feet speed. He does not have the foot speed. Mm-hmm. We saw in those games against Ohio State, he got beat a lot off that edge.
He has a 5.4 40.
Yeah,
he's too slow.
Yeah,
but he's a right tackle. He'd be a monster. And if you get him, up to speed. He has giant hands.
You could work with that. And then you could get the proper offensive line coach can work with that. Then you never know he could become.
He's never a left tackle because he's never gonna be fleet of foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he's too slow.
Yeah, but his arm length and his hands are huge.
Yeah,
but he's just too short, too slow. So, you got some guys out here that are interesting. Josh Connerly. Once again, I wouldn't ever draft him because I feel like we already have Braxton Jones. And if you ever got down to that point, then you leave Braxton there and you wait till next year. That's just what you do at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you already have you pretty much got a mirror of him.
I still think that with his injury and with the injury thing, I still, like you said, I still think we should go left tackle at 10 though. Even because
I think so.
the competition would help, and I think that would
Or we trade back and get that left tackle?
I
wouldn't mind Josh Simmons at 17, 18. I wouldn't mind it.
If I get Josh Simmons at 17, and then I could go ahead and give me another late third rounder.
I probably get a guard or something. I get a guard or something in that third, that another pick to add another pick.
I could go defensive tackle because remember we have 31 defensive tackles in the top 100.
Get one of them. Get two of them.
Yeah, what? No, get two of them.
You can't walk out with one
because I guess you can. Yeah.
You have to go. You have to get an edge rusher in this draft. In this top half of the draft, you have to get a defensive tackle. You need to get a left tackle. You need to get a running back, and you probably need to get tight end.
Give me Jack Sawyer if we can find a way to get Jack Sawyer. I'm in.
He'll be there.
Yeah,
he'll be there.
Oh,
I don't think he's going to be a huge drop for him.
And I know we talked about this guy not being there at 10, but I've done some digging on Tyler Warren from Penn State.
Why?
I'm telling you, no.
You understand? We do. It's not a good fit because we already have a tight end too.
But I just think too, if you think about it, right? Mm-hmm. Ben Johnson runs a lot of 12.
Wait. See what it says.
Ben Johnson runs a lot of 12 front with two tight ends. He runs a lot of two tight end sets. And what I'm saying is, I'm not saying I would love the pick if he would have fallen to 10. I wouldn't mind the pick at 10 if he's there. If we're going BPA, I wouldn't mind it. Because like I said, I think what you could do with him, you can move him around. He's a better to me, he's a better athlete than Cole is. You can move him around, move him in the backfield, you can do different things with him at that tight end position. And still have Cole Kmet. And then if Cole Kmet, phases out, you have your tight end of the future right there. But like I said, I wouldn't.
You already signed Cole Kmet to an extension.
You already have Cole Kmet in there.
I know.
You already have Cole Kmet, and look,
but I've seen
Warren. Like there's
Warren is not a tight end. He's not an inline tight end. He's more of a split end.
Yeah.
The problem is you're looking for a starter. In my top 10, I'm not taking a non-starter.
Right.
That's my issue. And because he will be on most teams, he will be a starter. So he's definitely a top 10 pick. But in this team, we're going to need an inline tight end too. So, if I already signed Olamide Zaccheaus, right? I'm kicking the Tylers on Rondell Moore. So like those are obviously the guys that Ben Johnson's looking at in the slot. So it kind of works with a big tight end too. I don't know if I'll go tight end if a left tackle's there.
No, I'm just saying
or Mason Graham. I still say if Mason Graham is there and I want to offensive tackle, I'm taking Mason Graham.
All I'm saying is this. If all those guys are gone, which I doubt it, all those guys are gone, and 10 is there, and
I know all those guys be going to 10.
BPA. If all,
we can wait for later. There's other players. There's Fan and Taylor.
I'm not saying we have to draft him.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is, in my mind, I would not be opposed to it. That's what I'm saying. I would just because I feel like you still have other holes right now. Of course, bigger holes.
And then the fact that tight end's not a hole but he's a great player overall. I think.
So you're saying that if just prime example with Tyler Warren, let's say he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
If Genty's there at 10, you passing Genty. No doubt. Okay.
Yes, no doubt.
Because I think Judkins is my dude. So if if I gotta go higher in the second round to get Judkins out 39, if I have to go higher to get him, I'll go get him.
Okay.
Or if I can wait till 41, I'll go get him. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll do that.
Yeah.
I think
you have a good running back class. You have a good running back class, so you can
have 5 guys that can change an entire franchise.
That's good. That's a good problem to have, especially when choosing. So,
but I will say I'm agreeing with Lucas right here, 100%. If Mason Graham is there, you sprint to the podium and pick him, then throw yourself a party.
No doubt. You draft him. You just went from one of the worst D lines to probably maybe creeping that top 10 range off of talent wise.
Yeah, no, and you have depth. You have You have talent, you have young talent, you have old talent, you have all that stuff. So yeah, if Mason Graham is there, you turn around, you look at me like, "What? How did you have a Mason Graham Bears jersey? I already have it made."
I mean, that's without a question. That's without a question. If he's there, you get him. But like
if Mason,
if
Mason Graham is there, if Mimbu is there, if Josh Simmons is there, all those tackles that we just talked about are all there, and Mason Graham is there, I'm still taking Mason Graham.
No doubt. I mean, not a question.
I'm just hoping that one of the tackles falls to us at the 39.
Well, if we get quarterbacks getting in the top 10 drafted, like guy from Ole Miss, right? He goes.
I don't know why.
You think Jackson Dart?
I don't know.
If he goes in the top 10, that's a big opportunity. That's a good plus for us. Just like the last year when we got a Doomsday, Penix went to the Falcons. We got bailed out with that. That can possibly happen again with Jackson Dart. He may get moved up.
Yeah, I can see him being top 10 guy, and
I wouldn't like it.
It'll be overdraft, but that's fine.
Yeah,
but what I would not be surprised with still again is that if Milroe is there in the last pick of the draft of the first round, that someone's trading up to grab him. Kansas City gets more picks because they need to fill up more holes, and Pittsburgh jumps in and tries to grab him at the end of the first round. I don't think you take him on 21 or 22. But you definitely jump in the first round to get that extra 5th-year option.
It just doesn't make sense after you just had a guy. You just had a guy that literally did the same thing better.
But you don't have to pay him.
Right. You're on a rookie deal.
At this point, you don't have to pay him. So, it is what it is. I don't think it's the smartest thing because he was already know your system. You already know he can play, but you take a chance. It's your second first-round pick. If you guys give up a second and a fourth, then you give up the second and the fourth.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, that's kind of how we're looking at things, guys. There's a lot of people. I mean, some people say we go edge rusher, as I said.
I think Mykel Williams
reach. Mykel Williams.
Mykel Williams a reach. Mykel Williams.
That'll be a reach at 10. That'll be a reach for me at 10.
Yeah.
You can definitely find great DN prospects in the second, third round. If you go that route, I don't think you're gonna have to rush to the podium.
There's a bunch of good edge rushers.
There's a bunch of them. So I don't think you should have to reach for that early when you have options there that you can possibly get, especially what goes on in the top 10.
I don't like anyone who's injured drafting someone who was injured the season before I'm drafting them. I don't like it.
No.
Didn't we do that with Kevin White? Didn't we do that with Kevin White?
We did it with Tevin Jenkins too. We did it with Tevin Jenkins too. He had a bad back. When he came, he had a bad back.
Yep.
All
right. So that's why I'm going to end this conversation right now, guys. Where do you think Tevin Jenkins is going to end up?
Cincinnati.
Who has the guard? Cincinnati?
Cincinnati. I can see him going to Cincinnati.
For how much?
With all that money they spent on 4 or 5 players.
That's the issue.
He's gonna have to take a huge discount.
He's not going.
Who's calling him? Who's calling him at this point?
Cincinnati.
I think teams are calling him.
I think Cincinnati. I think
he'll upgrade. He'll upgrade New England at guard.
He'll upgrade the Jets. He'll upgrade the Jets at guard too.
Pittsburgh is looking for a guard. He'll upgrade them too.
I think he'll sign after the draft. To me, I think he'll probably sign somewhere after the draft, depending on what goes on, the dominoes that fall, especially with OTAs coming up.
He's too young to sign after the draft. I think that someone will take Tevin Jenkins off our hands. Not even off our hands, off the trash heap. He is too good. He was ranked with about 77.
Like he's good,
78.
But I think
he's just injury prone.
Very injury prone.
Wait, don't we get a pick? Don't we get a pick if he signs?
I mean, he was
not like a compensatory pick. We don't get that. I read.
I don't think so. I thought he was a second round pick, so I don't think so.
Yeah, second. He's a second round pick.
Oh,
I can see him going to Seattle. He will definitely upgrade that.
Prove a deal. 1 year.
Yeah, I think Tevin Jenkins gets 10 or 11
million for a year. Prove a deal. Yeah.
PFF had him at 75.4 on pass blocking, 75.8 on run blocking. The dude is talented. He is strong. I can see Tevin Jenkins Y'all being there.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. This is where we at. This is where we're thinking for our draft. This is where we're ranking our tackles. I think next week we will talk about our running backs. We'll get in the argument about who's in the top 5 or how we rate these top 5 guys, because these guys are all talented. They are all great, and a lot of people love Genty, but I don't think that he's the guy. But will I be mad if he got him?
Yeah,
I think that's something we have to discuss. We got Anthony coming in real quick. Breaking news: number 2 Falcons getting calls for trade talks about Kirk Cousins for a 3rd round pick, and I bet you that team is the Cleveland
Pittsburgh.
Browns. The Cleveland Browns love Kirk Cousins.
They can't stop stepping in these. They can't stop stepping on landmines.
Well, I mean, I feel like I don't know. At his age,
step on landmines.
You can't say that. You do remember the Browns were in the 2nd round of playoffs just a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah. Before they stepped on the landmine.
Like I said, this is for a topic for another day, but I just don't think something is going on with Deshaun Watson. Where I don't like in Space Jam when they took all the NBA players' powers away. It's just something going on with Deshaun.
You know how they took away his power?
Yeah, how?
No, you're not allowed to run.
Took away his masseuse.
It's masseuse. Yeah, something's going on, but I think Cleveland, they do need a quarterback really bad. They were looking at Russell Wilson. He visited them last week, but he came out with no deal. So I don't know. The Giants could also be calling too about Kirk Cousins.
The Giants are another team that I can see for Kirk Cousins. Yeah, I could definitely see it.
But I think also it depends on what Aaron Rodgers does, how this domino's going to fall, who's going to, whatever he does with his decision.
I would take Kirk Cousins over both of them.
Right now, I'll take if you're not going to sign with us within a week, we're calling them and trade for their quarterback. We're calling them at this point.
I mean, it's like I said, it's just Aaron Rodgers is being so selfish right now. He did it last year where he just didn't know what he wanted to do. He went to that retreat. He went off the deep end but it's just wasting time and it's just wasting energy. You're 40 years old. You had coming off a bad year last year. You're making them wait on you when you had a terrible year last year.
Would you trade for Will Levis?
No.
The mailman?
Absolutely not. He went 5 straight weeks where he made plays that nobody's ever seen before, negatively.
No,
5 straight weeks.
You made 5 straight plays that will make
each game is a play with Will Levis.
You make Mitch Trubisky, Jay Cutler all look very smart compared to you.
Jay Cutler's good. No more blasphemy to Jay Cutler.
No. Jay was good. He had a bad offensive line. He had a bad offensive line. Bad coaching also. Bad coaching also.
Bad attitude, bad coaching, and bad offensive line.
People don't understand how
we got to the NFC Championship game, guys. Calm down.
Yeah, with Johnny.
With Johnny Knox.
Yeah, Johnny Knox. Devin Hester is number 1 and number 2 with Greg Olsen as tight end. That's how good he was that year.
Greg Olsen. They're fastest as a group. I agree. I don't think Greg Olsen was on that one. But
he was.
Will Levis.
I don't want any Deshaun's secret stuff though. I'll stick with Michael's secret stuff.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yes. Will Levis hand the Bears their first win.
He makes Zach Wilson look smart. He makes Zach Wilson look smart.
Whoa. Pause.
Was Zach?
No, did he do that? Was terrible. Do you think Zach Wilson will do that boneheaded play?
Zach Wilson was terrible. He's been terrible. He has been terrible. Like terrible.
Boneheaded.
Unwatchable.
5 in a row.
Yes.
When Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles, Jet fans already leaving the stadium before Zach Wilson came in the game. They already leaving the stadium. That's how bad he was with the Jets.
No, he's bad, but he's not going to do anything this gaffable that makes you like, okay, get out.
Yeah, he's done it multiple times. Yeah. He literally has done it multiple times.
But you got Cam Ward going 1 to Tennessee. Do you have Cam Ward going 1 to Tennessee?
Yes. Yeah. Or whoever trades up for it, no matter what, Cam Ward is not going up 1.
But you think if he doesn't go 1, you got Abdul Carter going 1, and you got him following.
I don't think that there's any way that Abdul Carter doesn't go number 2.
Yeah.
Guys, well, this is a Panda Grizzly show, guys. Tomorrow we'll be on Dynasty Pylon. Me and Mark will be arguing about the rest of the NFL. On Sunday we'll do the morning spike. We'll talk about all things going on football. Hopefully, with that time we'll get this Aaron Rodgers thing out done, and we'll focus more on.
He won't.
I hate this guy so much. But this is what we got going, guys. We have to keep hope alive. Hate Green Bay. You suck all the time.
FGB.
Let's go. All right, guys. We'll see you same bear time, same bear channel next week. Hopefully, we'll have some more news and we'll have some fun to go along with it. Till then, for Bear Grant, I'm Brian the Grizzly, and we'll see you later.
We the Bears, monsters of the Midway, knocking teams out every Sunday. Fire in our eyes, can't stop our drive. Hit so hard, remind you of 85. We the Bears, monsters of the Midway, knocking teams out every Sunday. Fire in our eyes, can't stop our drive.